Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the Real English Podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Emily. It's great to have you with us today.
We have a really interesting topic today, right, Emily?
We sure do. Today we are talking about memory and complex nostalgia.
Exactly. But we are moving beyond simple past tense stories.
Right. We are looking through rose-tinted glasses today.
That's a really fun phrase. What does it mean exactly?
It means remembering things as much better than they actually were.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I remember my childhood bedroom is huge.
Really? I bet it was actually quite small.
It definitely was, but my memory has completely changed the feeling.
That happens to everyone. Our memories are actually very fluid.
So why is this topic so useful for real-life communication?
Well, as advanced learners, you need more than basic past verbs.
Good point. You want to tell rich, emotional stories?
Exactly. You want to talk about bittersweet memories naturally?
And you need to explain how your perspective changes over time.
Doing that helps you connect with people on a much deeper level.
I totally agree. Are you ready to express these complex feelings?
I am. Let's move right into our vocabulary preview to get started.
Before we jump into the story, it's time for our vocabulary preview.
Let's go ahead and look at our very first word.
Evocative. Why is this such a perfect word for talking about old memories?
Well, it means bringing strong images or feelings back to your mind.
What's a highly evocative memory for you, Emily?
The smell of fresh rain is incredibly evocative for me.
Oh, I love that. Why does that happen for you?
It just instantly takes me back to playing in my childhood garden.
That makes total sense. Do sensory details usually feel evocative to you?
They definitely do. Let's move on to our second word.
Bittersweet. When do we usually use this word in daily conversation?
We use it when a memory gives us very mixed feelings.
Right? Doesn't it bring you both happiness and a little bit of sadness?
Exactly. Can you think of a good personal example for this one?
I think graduating from university is a perfect example.
That's a great example. You're happy to finish, but sad to leave your friends.
Nostalgia is almost always a bittersweet feeling.
I completely agree with you. Let's look at our final word today.
Hindsight. What does it mean to view something in hindsight?
It's about looking back at an event long after it happens.
Yeah, you usually understand the situation much better later on.
Exactly. Have you ever realized something important only in hindsight?
All the time. I realized a tough past job actually taught me so much.
I see. You couldn't appreciate the lesson while you were in the moment.
Right. Hindsight completely changes your emotional perspective on the past.
These are such incredibly useful words for our memory topic today.
They really are now. Let's hear these words in action in our next section, the dialogue.
What did you find in that dusty box?
Just some old photos from our university days.
Oh, really? Come on, let me see them.
Look at this one. It's our very first apartment.
Wow, that brings back memories. Just looking at that terrible couch is so evocative.
Yeah, it really is. I can almost smell the cheap pizza right now.
Do you actually miss living in that tiny place?
Looking back, it's pretty bittersweet, to be honest.
That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Well, we had total freedom, but we were completely broke.
That's so true. We stressed about rent every single month.
Exactly. In hindsight, I think I just romanticized the struggle.
I do the exact same thing. We conveniently forget the hard parts.
Right. We definitely look back through rose-tinted glasses.
Do you think we'll do that with our current life?
I bet we will. Memory is just fluid that way, isn't it?
It really is. Everything always seems simpler from a distance.
Welcome to the language takeaway. Let's look at some vocabulary from today's dialogue.
Yeah, we used some great expressions to talk about our memories.
Exactly. It's a really interesting topic for advanced learners.
Definitely. What was our first key word today, Jack?
Our first word is evocative.
Right. Evocative. It sounds quite sophisticated, doesn't it?
It does, but it's very common. It means bringing strong feelings or memories back.
Yeah. Like when a smell immediately takes you back to your childhood?
Exactly. Have you experienced that recently?
Oh, for sure. The smell of rain is highly evocative for me.
That's a great example. Our next phrase is through rose-tinted glasses.
I love this idiom so much. What does it actually mean?
It means you only remember the good and positive parts of the past.
Right. You ignore the bad stuff completely.
Yeah, we often do this with old relationships or terrible first jobs.
Totally true. I remember my first tiny apartment as being completely perfect.
But was it really that perfect?
Not at all. It was freezing cold in the winter.
So you're looking through rose-tinted glasses now.
I definitely am. That happens a lot. Okay, what's next?
The next word is bittersweet. This is such a lovely descriptive word.
It really is. It describes a mix of happy and sad emotions together.
Like saying goodbye to a good friend who's moving to a new city.
Yes, exactly. You're happy for them, but sad they're leaving.
Have you had a bittersweet moment recently?
Yeah, finishing a really amazing television series is always bittersweet for me.
Oh, I totally get that. You love the story but hate the ending.
Exactly. Our last phrase today is in hindsight.
Right. In hindsight, we use this when we look back at a past event.
Yeah, and we understand it much better now than we did back then.
Usually because we have more life experience now, right?
Exactly. In hindsight, I probably should have studied abroad in college.
Me too. We always know better after the event is over.
That's so true. These are fantastic words for discussing your past.
Try using them next time you share a childhood story.
Great advice. Practice definitely helps these stick in your mind. So, we talked about all these great words for memory.
Yeah, they're really useful, but how do we actually build sentences with them?
Exactly. Knowing the words is just the first step.
Right, we need phrases to structure our stories. What's a good way to start?
Let's think about sensory memories first. Like when a smell triggers a memory.
Oh, that happens to me all the time, usually with food.
Same here. Instead of just saying a smell is evocative, we can use a new phrase.
What phrase should we use?
You can say, it brings back a rush of.
I like that. It brings back a rush of childhood memories.
Yes, that's perfect. What about when we idealize the past?
We talked about those rose-tinted glasses. How do we build a phrase around that?
You can use the phrase, I tend to romanticize.
Ah, I see. Like, I tend to romanticize my college days.
Exactly. We forget the stressful exams, right?
We really do. We only remember the fun parties.
True, but some memories are much more complicated.
You mean those bittersweet ones?
Right. For those you could say, it leaves me with mixed feelings.
That sounds very natural. Visiting my old town leaves me with mixed feelings.
Yeah, it captures that exact complex emotion perfectly.
And what about looking back and understanding things better now?
Instead of just saying in hindsight, try, looking back now, I realize.
Oh, that's a great storytelling phrase.
It really is. Looking back now, I realize how much I grew.
These patterns make talking about the past so much easier.
They absolutely do. Let's look at how to use them in different ways.
Now that we have unpacked this advanced vocabulary, let's listen to the dialogue. One more time to hear how hindsight shapes those evocative and bittersweet memories.
What did you find in that dusty box?
Just some old photos from our university days.
Oh, really? Come on, let me see them.
Look at this one. It's our very first apartment.
Wow, that brings back memories. Just looking at that terrible couch is so evocative.
Yeah, it really is. I can almost smell the cheap pizza right now.
Do you actually miss living in that tiny place?
Looking back, It's pretty bittersweet, to be honest.
That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Well, we had total freedom, but we were completely broke.
That's so true. We stressed about rent every single month.
Exactly. In hindsight, I think I just romanticized the struggle.
I do the exact same thing. We conveniently forget the hard parts.
Right. We definitely look back through rose-tinted glasses.
Do you think we'll do that with our current life?
I bet we will. Memory is just fluid that way, isn't it?
It really is. Everything always seems simpler from a distance.
Hearing that again really highlights how fluid memory is.
Yeah, they sound so nostalgic about their old place.
But they catch themselves romanticizing the struggle, don't they?
Right. It's so easy to forget the stressful parts.
Like worrying about rent every single month.
Exactly. We really do look through rose-tinted glasses.
I know I do. I miss my college days sometimes.
Even the bad food and the tiny apartments?
Well, maybe I just miss the total freedom.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Now it's time for you to get some practice.
Yes, let's practice speaking those evocative phrases out loud.
We picked out some key sentences from the dialogue.
You'll hear Sarah read them one by one.
Make sure to listen carefully and repeat after her.
Speak right out loud, wherever you are.
Let's get started.
Just looking at that terrible couch is so evocative. Looking back, it's pretty bittersweet, to be honest. In hindsight, I think I just romanticized the struggle. We conveniently forget the hard parts. We definitely look back through rose-tinted glasses. Memory is just fluid that way, isn't it? Everything always seems simpler from a distance. Great job with the practice today, everyone!
Those phrases will help you share your own memories.
Advanced conversation is all about adding that emotional detail.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
If you enjoyed this chat, please like and share.
And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
We have plenty more advanced topics coming up soon.
Keep practicing those new phrases in your daily life.
We'll see you again in the next video.
Goodbye for now.
Take care, everyone!